Hello, Princess, and good morning from Grand Bahama, or I guess Grand Bahama Shipyard. I know, very, very exciting. So I do have the most important beverage of the day, and maybe even more important for our safe return, they are fueling right now. So no smoking up here. Of course, really there should be no smoking anywhere on the ship, but that's a discussion for another time. There's not a whole lot to do around here, other than maybe look over at maybe Vision of the Seas. Can't really tell. There's a ship in dry dock over there. Gonna go have breakfast, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna go check out the spread. I'm expecting it to be the same spread as every other day, which means I might just skip breakfast and go straight to lunch. But we'll see. Yes, the sadness will be overwhelming, but we will get through it. Over there seems to be grandeur of the seas. It's a quiet morning aboard the uncanceled Adventure of the Seas. Not really sure, because I haven't looked, how many people are going ashore, because, well, I haven't looked, I just said that. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to say, I'm just curious, because Grand Bahama is not exactly a hotbed of tourist activities, and it's difficult finding something to do. Anyway, I am going to skip breakfast. I have skipped breakfast, waiting for an early lunch. So as soon as the Windjammer opens for lunch, I will be there. And I'm going to stop repeating myself because I just want to walk around and look at some of the protocols that we have to deal with. Some of them good, some of them, well, we'll get to that. Now, this is the all too familiar site of the hand sand station. These have been around forever. They're by all of the elevators, so this is definitely something that I appreciate. I think a lot of guests do, and we definitely want to see, well, hang around. And there's really no reason why they should take them away now. That would just be weird. They're asking 4 people at a time, or your group only, please. I think this has mostly happened easy on this sailing. There's not enough people really to pack an elevator, so might be different later on. One of the more, I want to say frustrating protocols, yeah, let's just call it that, has been the restricted seating in a lot of the venues, and it doesn't seem to be, I don't know, consistent. We'll find these plastered everywhere, but you can't really tell if people are just ignoring them, because this place has been full for the pianist every night and didn't seem like it made a difference. Of course, they could just be a very large party. Now, the piano bar seating is unfortunately blocked, and that has been respected. Haven't seen anybody sitting there all week. So, for example, one trivia game, I sat at this table with my very large group, and there are consistently people at both the tables back there, even though they are signage blocked? No, blocking signage. They have the sign on them. One protocol I have found a little bit frustrating and annoying is here at the salad bar. These signs appear every couple of feet, and they're not blocking an individual seat, otherwise I think they would be on the seat, but blocking the whole bar. We're not supposed to sit at the bar. And this has been enforced continuously because people tend to, I don't want to say ignore it, but you see a bar, amble up and you sit down. I've done it, and it's weird though. Apparently, they don't want you sitting at the bar, but it's okay to stand at the bar. And on numerous occasions, I have merely stood in this spot and enjoyed the show or talked to people, and that hasn't been a problem. So, just, I don't know, wear comfortable shoes. That's a great solution. One thing they do have right, and I don't think it was any different ever, Disney, please take note. No flapper garbage cans. I just did the test to go home, the one that we need to show to get on the airplane, and while a lot milder than I thought, it was even less invasive than the test that we took yesterday, to get on the ship. So they just basically tickled the bottom of your nose. It wasn't even inserted, I would say, and that was it. And apparently that's all we need. I don't know. If not, if someone made a mistake, it would be kind of a hugely comical mistake. But, I don't know, maybe we'll be stuck on the ship for a few more days. That would be tragic, absolutely tragic. And I hope it doesn't happen at all. It won't. Everything's going to be fine. So much for missed expectations. Ooh, a case of when missed expectations is a great thing. Here in the casino, they use a couple of different methods. So these machines have plexiglass in between, but over here, they're just turning off every other machine to keep people separated. However, the craps table, which is just back there, has always been a hotbed of activity, especially late at night with people crowded around. No one seemed to mind, so maybe they're just going to let that one go. I'm sure it makes plenty of money. All right, I changed my mind. I decided to get a breakfast snack, and this is from the Cafe Promenade muesli. Haven't seen this in a long time, so hopefully I will enjoy it. I remember having this, but I don't really remember what it tastes like, but I think I like it. Oh my God, was that so good. I can't believe I'd forgotten about this forever, for years. It's been a long time since I've had that, but that was oddly one of the best things I've had on this cruise. There are social distance markers heading into the line at the Cafe Promenade, but there's really not enough people in there ever to make a difference. And, well, even when there is a rush after the show, it's more like the theme parks than anything else. But more importantly, I am late for trivia, so that is where I'm headed now. Leaving the Imperial Lounge after trivia, we did not do so well in morning trivia. I mean, decent score, but we're beat by like 4 teams, so our average is still good. However, I just finished the Skyline trivia by myself. Everyone else went ashore, and I just had one of those legally blonde moments. I did it by myself, and I got a perfect score, the only one, and my first reaction was, what, like it's hard? Anyway, gonna go and see what the spread is for lunch and get something to eat because, yeah, it's that time. Sometime next sailing, I'm going to have to maybe just have lunch here in the Promenade Cafe. All the sandwiches and pizzas and everything. Today's featured pizza is barbecued chicken, which contains pork. Alrighty then. But even more important than lunch, I just got the email. My test results are ready, so I don't know if I should open it now or later, or, I don't know, keep myself in suspense. I mean, we'll be fine. But, here in the Duck and the Dog, there's fewer tables and chairs than I recall, and some of them do have the little thing on them. However, in the evening, when the venue is busy, that is not really an issue. It does get crowded in here, so just FYI. As a side benefit of the incredibly unnecessarily complicated process to get our test results, well, I don't know if it's directly a result, but I am walking through the empty part of the Windjammer. This is not so unusual. This happened on Explorer several times, but look at her, all nice and clean. They haven't used this side all sailing, so she is pristine. Moving back to happy stuff, this is the Windjammer smorgasbord. It is Caribbean beef stew, goby, Mexican rice, a rib, a steak, and there's something else in there. Oh no, I think that's it. Either way, we'll see. Yeah, they're still over-serving, but it's okay. Probably won't finish it, which I still feel bad about, but at this point, you know what, I just want to drown my frustrations in food. And no, I do not do that all the time. Wait a minute. I'm always hungry, and I'm always frustrated. Maybe there is a connection. Alrighty then, let's do this again. So I just finished probably a half-hour saga to try and get my COVID test results, which we need to return to the United States. The fact that preventing a citizen from accessing the best healthcare in the world, if they are positive, thereby endangering their lives, notwithstanding, nitwits, not really worried. However, you probably know by now that I have a very low tolerance, dare I say I am intolerant of poorly written software and processes. Well, after resetting my password like 3 or 4 times, or yes, navigating the rather odd requirements, finally doing that, only to be told that there are no results, despite getting the email saying there were results. Okay, well, I just found out from a very good authority that The rumor going around is, and maybe people have been told this and I didn't understand it, maybe I heard it, and that the results will be delivered, I guess on paper, to our staterooms at some indeterminate point in the future, hopefully tonight, before we get to Nassau. But if they're ready now, then I guess they should be delivered quickly. I don't know. I mean, it's not a very big ship. How long could it take? Now, the fact that I have to carry around a piece of paper, notwithstanding, again, fine. You know, at this point, we'll take what we can get. However, I really think that there are people that sit around and just have fun making processes as unnecessarily complicated as possible. And you know what? I really want to know how to get that job, because ooh, I could have some fun with that. I would consider that another win for the Windjammer. Yeah, everything was pretty good, actually. I enjoyed all of it. They are consistently good here, right? If you find something you don't like, you just go get something else. The little steak thing was shockingly good. I think it might be like leftovers or excess inventory from chops that they can't sell on the sailing. I mean, it was that good. And yeah, the Caribbean beef stew, used as tough a cut of meat as ever. Not a dig on the Windjammer. It's always like that. So remember, if you get Caribbean stew, it's always going to be tough, because that's why it's a stew. Anyway, I am going to do something now. I don't know what. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make dessert. Let's finish up with a carrot cupcake. Carrot cake cupcake? Carrot cupcake. Either one. And a dulce de leche. Oh boy, I really botched that one. A dulce de leche. Alright, just real quick. The carrot cupcake was really good. I like that. The dulce de leche, it's alright. Probably wouldn't get it again. Quick note for Cafe Promenade Pros. Other than social distancing markers there, the process is pretty much the same. You tell the crewman what you want and they prepare a plate for you and serve it. However, there is one important difference. It was important to me and I learned it last night. If you do want extras like Tabasco, the bottles are not just sitting out. You do have to ask for it, and they give it to you just like in the dining room without the cap, and then they clean it every time. I did ask, and that's the current protocol. So if you do want all the things they usually have out, just ask for it. They're hidden back by the water station. I still have to learn to point. I should really know how to do that by now. Yeah, okay, that's on me. Great, more bureaucratic bull poop from the real world failures at the Center for Dumb Cruise Protocols. It is somewhat blinding out here because it's just that right amount of overcast which blocks certain spectrums to where only the bad stuff gets through, but I am gonna go and finally do the water slides. Probably it'll take only 5 minutes. There was no one on the ship to begin with, but now I think there's even fewer people, although all aboard is in only 2 hours, so probably a bunch of people on some excursions and whatnot, but still, this is my last chance, and we're gonna get it done. We waited till the last day, just like every other time, but hey, as long as there's time, it's all good. That was somewhat of a disappointing experience after all the great slides at Coco Key. I don't know when this ship was amped, but those slides definitely need some adjustment. They are the reason why I prefer not to ride body slides. It did pound a lot, so maybe get out here and redo the joints a little bit would be much better. The ones at Coco Key are still awesome. They're, I don't want to say buttery smooth, but you know what, I'll say they're still buttery smooth for a body slide, but this was kind of rough. And, well, there's only 2 of them. I did them both. I got it done, so I am good. And that means it is time to go and, dry off, get back into some party clothes, and continue the rest of the day here aboard the uncanceled Adventure of the Seas. Next stop will be the salad bar for some potatoes, I think. This is Royal Caribbean Online. I never came up here, even on Explorer, but whoever designed this, I guess should get some extra bonus credits for, I don't know, planning ahead, unknowingly. Yeah, there's even glass already, so no need for that ridiculous plexiglass. It's all aboard, so let's go and see if we can find the gangway and see if there's any late arrivals. And, well, okay, gangway is still out, and they're just hanging out. However, there's not enough crew to indicate a problem, which is good, which means we'll leave on time. And it looks like they're positioning some of the equipment to handle the lines. And there's someone new, and ooh, he's walking away. Dun dun dun. Or maybe just letting the port agents know that we're all ready to go. Well, I have a new salad in hand, so just gonna hang out here for a couple minutes and see what happens. Everyone might be on board, and they're just chilling because it looks like Adventure of the Seas is taking on some new supplies, so maybe we're just gonna wait for those. Okay, wow. I guess people drink a lot of Coca-Cola and a lot of Blue Moon. Look at all that stacked up. All right, looks like we got everybody on board. They're packing up the gangway. I never noticed the safety net before. During the whole speculation on how the cruise lines would deal with the incompetence from Atlanta, there were a lot of ideas about cruising from foreign ports, like we just did. Then there was the naysayers always chiming in about supply and logistics, and well, there were some people, including myself, who would respond by letting them know that actually the logistics of supplying these ships is probably a lot easier than they think, and is definitely one of the, well, lesser problems. Shipping containers like this over from any place, really, even Miami, is honestly quite easy. You know, even reefer containers. So you could provision an entire ship rather easily, even if they decided to keep their existing suppliers and just send everything to here or Cozumel or, you know, any place else like Nassau. Actually, this is interesting. I wonder if they're going to provision like this in Nassau, or whether this is the provisioning for the next sailing. See, these are easy problems to solve. Government is a much more difficult problem to deal with. This is going to end right now. I'm going to go back inside and continue the party because we don't have much fun time left. I know it's so sad. I'm just going to have to get over it by going to Disney World. Anyway, looking out here and looking at all these closed businesses, it's absolutely shameful what these bureaucrats have done. The fact that they don't care about the livelihoods of all of these people is contemptible, and I hope one day they realize it and repent. Princess, I'm terribly sorry. I have failed tragically. I did not win Disney Show Tune Trivia. I'm really tied for first. It's very disappointing. So, in order to punish myself, I will not go to Walt Disney World for one day next week. I know. It will be a tremendous hardship, but it will teach me this lesson, and it's something I will learn and keep with me forever. So, I promise that to you, and I'm so sorry again. It's just I don't know what to say. I will do better next time. Out on deck 3, watching the uncancelled Adventure of the Seas depart Grand Bahama for the first time in too long. I didn't go ashore because I've been here, and Grand Bahama is not necessarily a great cruise destination. I know they have a couple of very nice resorts to visit, but the cruise ship facilities here are, well, they're pretty basic. All right, it is time to head back to the salad bar and maybe get some cucumbers. I don't know. I forgot to mention that earlier. I actually did accomplish the second new thing that I wanted to do. I realized I was doing it, but it wasn't really planned. I went to the demonstration here in the casino, that's just my salad, for how to play some of the table games, craps and roulette. So roulette is actually a lot simpler than I thought it was. I have played it before, and I kind of knew how it worked, but it turned out to be, well, pretty much exactly how I thought it was. Very, very simple. The craps table, not so much. I understand the basic mechanics of it now, but I think I'll go back and do this again next time, just to iron it out. Maybe come back and watch some of the play now that I know some of the basics. You know, you can learn a lot about watching these games, and then, you know, maybe eventually try myself. Nothing more than a few dollars. I don't really enjoy this. I have no desire to do this, actually. So I just like to watch the games and understand how they're played. But more importantly, yes, that was my second new thing for the cruise, and yeah, glad it did it. Popped up on the calendar. I happened to be nearby and went and did it. So I would say go do it, because even if you don't want to gamble, it is an interesting game to play. I'm in the Royal Cruise Shop, but I heard from some cruise friends that these are surprisingly comfortable and useful. They're not branded, but hey, if it works. The Four Ocean line, I'm imagining it's a foundation for ocean cleanup, which they haven't been pushing this whole sailing. Very curious. Usually when they partner with something, they'll remind you constantly. So in this case, I will say maybe push it a little bit more. I think it's been a while, or maybe not even on this trip, that I've done a hallway video, but here we are. It is closing in on 7 o'clock, which means dinner time, and I am pressed for time. Gotta get changed and head down to the dining room to meet some of my cruise friends for our last dinner aboard the uncanceled Adventure of the Seas. I know it's very sad. Gonna try not to cry, but you know what? I guess in this case we have to say worse things have happened than being late for dinner on a cruise. So I am continually and always thankful for my problems. Okay, this scared the poop out of me, but he's super cute.